Dakota. Good evening, everybody. I'm Jed Thomas alongside of my partner, Emmett Kenny, as we get set for North Dakota high school volleyball action as the Shanley Deacons get ready to take on the Valley City Highliners. Well, folks, this is the second to last home game here for the Deacons this season, and there is a lot on the line. It's a two-pointer tonight, which means tonight counts for 2 games in the EDC standings, and with these two teams so close in those standings, it's going to be very, very important. Shanley, of course, coming in at number 3 in the East. Valley City coming in at number 5. Shanley just a half game in front of Valley City right now, Emmett. And I mean, I know I've kind of said it already, but just how important is this game for both these teams?
Well, Jed, this game is very crucial here for the Deacons. Sitting at 18-11, Valley City there at 19-7. This game is huge for both teams. If we do see a Deacon win tonight, we could see them easily propel into 2nd or 3rd in the EDC. And with a loss, they could possibly fall as far as 5th or 6th. So this will be a very big game for both teams tonight.
Absolutely, Emmett. And, you know, looking at a game of this magnitude, who do you see being the important players for either team?
Well, Jed, I see Grace Schur here. I expect her to be a big player in this match tonight. She's a very hard hitter, very good for this Valley City team. And for the Deacons, I'm expecting a big game out of Jordan Straub. She is the setter for the Deacons. She's had a lot of great games so far this year. She's been crucial for this team. And if the Deacons want to find themselves with a win tonight, they're certainly going to have to rely on her.
Absolutely, Emmett. I could not agree more. I really agree with your assessment of Valley City there. Grace Scheer is going to be extremely important for the Highliners, playing that libero position tonight. She's going to be tasked with handling a very potent Deacon offense. And like you said, for Shanley, Jordan Straub, we talk about her a lot. She's going to have to rack up those assists for the Deacons like she always does. Another name to watch who's really been emerging throughout this season is Lander Fredericks. In Shanley's last game against Davies on Tuesday, she played a vital role. Got up into double-digit kills in that game, really dominated at the net. She's going to have to do that again here tonight against the Highliners. Well, we are just seconds away from getting this game started. You can take a look at the backcourt right now for the Deacons, and that is one strong trio they've got back there between Giak, Manuel, and Kleiman. All 3 of those girls, very strong defensive players, but also got some offensive power as well. We see them a lot. Kleiman and Manuel especially are very strong servers for this Shanley team. All right. The Highliners will start to serve. It's Natalie Lemnis back there, and with that, we're underway. A very short serve taken by Manuel, but that will be an ace for Lemnis as Manuel was there just a little too late, and a great serve to start things off for Valley City.
What a way to start there for the Highliners with a perfect serve in between the 1st and 2nd row.
Yeah, Lemnis doing a great job with the placement on these balls so far as Myers trying to pick up the Deacons' first point of the game, and she will.
Yeah, Jed, Grace Meyer, another really hard hitter on the Shanley team. She's had plenty of kills all season. She'll be big for them tonight.
So we're tied up 1-1 now in the early goings of it as Payne serves. This ball going to be set by Lemnis. Then the big shot taken and saved by Giak as Straub will send this one over to Meyer. Meyer's ball tips the net, almost saved, but not quite. Macy Olstad trying to do it all that time, but the Deacons able to come away with the point.
We saw some great athleticism there from Macy Olstead. Such an incredible vertical up there getting to that ball. But Grace Meyer, once again, for the Deacons, just another great play.
Ball taken by Scheer, the set by Lemnis, and then just a little push over that time from Neski. It gets lost at the net, though, and it falls for the Highliners. That ball kind of teetered on the tip of the net, and the Deacons couldn't quite diagnose it in time. It is Olstad back to serve now for Valley City. A low serve, and it's into the net. And that's not what you want if you're the Highliners. Matheson comes in as Straub goes back to serve. 3-2 lead for the Deacons as Straub puts this one way back. Misplayed a little bit by Scheer, but then sent over by Neski. Meyer there as it goes high into the rafters. Set for Matheson, but it's into the antenna, and it bounces back. That'll be 3-3 now, our score.
Tough angle there for the sophomore, Megan Matheson. Just couldn't quite wrap her hand around that one, and it ends up going into the side.
Yeah, just a really tough angle there, Emmett, like you said. So Neski serving now as Heinrich takes it. Straub will set. Here comes Fredericks going for the far corner. It was tipped by Olstad and out of bounds. 4-3 now for Shanley. Meyer heads back to serve now with a 1-point advantage. Puts this one deep, taken by Olstad, the set from Lemnis, and then the ball sent over by Burnson. Meyer got there in time, but it's into the net. And once again, the Deacons just kind of misdiagnosed that play. Meyer didn't get all of it, and it ended up a little bit short.
Jed, it's very early on, but we can clearly see here that we're going to have a great game here tonight. Both teams fairly matched so far, as you can see on the scoreboard, 4-4. I'm ready for a good one tonight.
Yes, Emmett, absolutely. We're seeing pretty evenly matched squads so far in this one. I'd be surprised if either team pulls away by a wide margin, but you never know, as Shear makes an excellent save on that shot by Fredericks. Here comes Fredericks once again. Shear can't do it twice, though. It's a point for the Deacons to make it 5-4.
As you talked about, Jed, we already see the impact of the sophomore Lander Fredericks. A couple of amazing hits early on. That one, Valley City just can't quite get a return on it.
Kleiman now puts some power behind it. Olstad's there to take it. Burnson now sends it across, blocked at the net. Olstad there to recover. Shear puts it up, and then it's sent over, but blocked back by Huber. Dieterle and, well, Jaden Dieterle and Taryn Dieterle that time combined to send it over, and Huber got her hands up right away to block that one down. Kleiman will continue to serve. Low ball taken in the back row by Shear, and then just tapped over by Burnson. Great play by Kleiman, as Payne will now send it back to Straub, who sends it over to Olstad. Burnson sets on the outside. Here comes Dieterle. Matheson's there for Shanley. Straub sets up once again, and now it's Payne attacking the far corner. Was it tipped? Yes, it was. The kill for Riley Payne makes it 7-4. Kleiman still back there to serve for Shanley. We talked about her ability as a server. It's on display right now. Burnson sets. Here's the spike. Attacking that middle of the Deacon defense was Callie Hallgrimson. Excellent vision of the court that time.
Yeah, Jed, a nice tip there from Hallgrimson. Able to get just enough power on it. It lands in between the two rows of Deacon players.
Hallgrimson made the great play, and now the junior is back there to serve for the Highliners. Attacking the far corner, Geox home for Shanley. Straub now sets it forward for Matheson. She tips it. Going to be put up in the air by Burnson. Back for Dieterle. Dieterle gets it over. Huber now back to Straub. Straub for Payne. Payne looking for the middle of the court, but Hallgrimson was there. Olstad from a bad angle, and she gets the kill.
Olstad with a great hit there. Lots of power behind that one. Geox can't quite get to it.
Highliners within 1 point now as this game continues to be neck and neck. Hallgrimson lets it go. A little further back this time. Kleiman was there. Straub for Huber, and she gets the kill. Hadley Huber making it 8-6 now for Shanley and getting them back possession.
Another nice play there from the junior, Hadley Huber. Faced a lot of injury troubles early in the season. She's now come back for the Deacons, and she'll be big in their hopes of winning state this year.
Absolutely, Emmett. She's done a nice job shaking off the rust the last couple of weeks as Dieterle sends this one across, but it's out of bounds, no tip, so it's a Deacon point. 9-6 now our score. Olivia Manuel serving. Manuel attacking the back row. It's Hallgrimson there. Olstad lets one go. Great save made by Payne. Manuel sets it up for Kleiman. Kleiman gets it over. There is Burnson. Now over to Shear. Shear for Olstad from a bad angle. She got it there. Kleiman though to Payne, and now Manuel will send it over. Deacon still alive as Shear sets this one up for Olstad once again. Olstad, Kleiman's there. Straub now across to Payne. Payne taken by Shear. Here's Burnson now. Setting it up. Dieterle fires. Tipped. Manuel's there, and we're still going. Straub all the way across to Payne, and it's in for the Deacon point.
What a great point there we saw, Jed. A lot of athleticism on display from these two teams. And you see for the Highliners, obviously trying to go to Olstad on that far sideline. She'll be big for the Highliners tonight. And how about Riley Payne on that last play? A couple of great plays there to keep her team in it, and she finishes it off.
And there's another big momentum play. An ace for Manuel. Keeps things going in favor of Shanley. 5-point lead now for the Deacons, trying to pull away here in this first set. If things keep going like this, expect a timeout from Valley City. Shear takes it over to Hallgrimson. A little bit of confusion. Olstad sends it over. Manuel's at home. Now Strout for Payne right at the net. It's into the net partially, but found its way over. Burnson to Olstad. Great play made by Manuel in the back row. Strout puts it up now for Payne. Payne attacking the middle. Shear is there. Burnson sets at the front line. Here's Dieterle off the hands of Kleiman for the highliner point. Emmett, the Dieterles, Jaden, and Taryn making a big impact so far in this game for Valley City.
Yeah, Jed, a couple of really hard hitters out there for the Highliners. We saw it on display there.
Straub just tries the fake set, tries to get it across the net. It doesn't go. Here's Burnson sending it back for Dieterle, tipped at the line, and another point for Valley City.
Just as you were saying, Jed, we see the Dieterles with back-to-back points for the Highliners.
Yeah, just continuing to have a huge impact. And Grace Shear back there serving. Low serve. Somehow Manuel plays that one. I'm not sure how she kept it off the ground. Shear gets up there to make a nice play in her own right as Huber taps it over. Burnson's at home. Shear puts it up now for Olstad all the way across to Giak. Giak up to Stroup. Setting it up for Payne. Payne forward to Olstad. She can't play it. And the Deacons make it 12-8.
What a hit there from Riley Payne. A great angle on that one. Olstad lays out to try to get it. Can't quite get there, though, and we're sitting at 12-8 with a Deacon advantage.
Haley Giak serving here for Shanley. Deep ball there from Giak. Burnson sets. Here's Olstad on the far side. Was it in? Yes, it was. The Highliners pull within 3 now as that one just found its way in the far corner.
Not sure about that one there, Jed. Always hard to tell from up here. Seemed like some Deacon players were calling for a reversal from the bench there, but I think it was a good call.
I'd agree, Emmett, and that is what you'd expect. That's what each team is going to do as somehow Manuel keeps this one in play. Payne sends it over, maybe too strong. No, just found its way in. This ball pushed over. Giak reaching out but could not keep it in play. So that's 12-10 now. Highliners trail by 2 with the ball. Lemnis serving. Manuel takes it. Here's Stroup to set it up now for Payne. She just taps it over. Great play made by the Highliners. However, a violation. It's a lift called against Valley City, so it gives the Deacons the point.
Some great effort there we saw from the Highliners. Trying to make a play, laying out for that one, but just had their palm up, and it's a lift.
Here is Payne serving now for Shanley. Payne's ball just making its way over the net. Well played by Shear. Meyer there, though, to collect that spike. Stroup sends it back for Meyer. Attacking the near side. Can't get it to go. Ball down into the net. And that's a Deacon point. Highliners looking for a call for a violation. Not quite sure what Coach Cruff was asking for, but wasn't happy with something at the net. Nonetheless, it's 14-10 in favor of Shanley. Here's a set by Lemnis. Olstad from a bad angle. Big power shot gets the kill.
Kill by Olstad, point Highliners. Heinrich checking in for the Deacons. Serving will be number 2, Macy Olstad.
Macy Olstad back to serve, fresh off of that last kill. Shorter ball from Olstad. Giak's there. Stroup sets it up. Fredericks lowers the hammer and gets the big time kill.
What a kill there from the sophomore Fredericks. Some great athleticism there to get up above the net, and a nice kill to finish off the play for the Deacons.
15-11 now our score after the big time play from Fredericks. Stroup jump serve. Shear is there. Lemnis putting it back into play. Shear will send it over just barely. Manuel diving for it. Stroup as well. Then Meyer tries to get it over, but it's into the net. So back to serve now for Valley City. It is Lindsay Neske. 3-point advantage here for the Deacons. Highliners trying to close that gap. Short ball, Myers there. Stroup sets it up for Fredericks, blocked at the line. Stroup there once again, though. Fredericks contesting it at the net, but the Highliners win that battle as Taryn Dieterle sends it over.
Point Highliners, Neske still serving.
Neske continuing to serve here. Deacon lead down to 2. Ball off the hands of Matheson, played nicely by Lemnis. Bernson sets it up now. Hallgrimson fires one. Stroup is there. Heinrich sets now for Meyer. She gets it over. Misplayed, and it's a point for Shanley.
How about that, Jed? What a dig there from Jordan Stroup, able to get it over to Grace Meyer, and she's able to put a good hit over for the Deacon point.
So Meyer is back there now with a 3-point lead for Shanley. Here is the set from Lemnis. Bernson fires one, but it's out of bounds, no tip. 17-13 in favor of Shanley. Meyer continuing to serve. Olstad takes it. Here's the set from Lemnis. Hallgrimson lets it go. Just inside, they'll say. Giak will check in now for Shanley as Jaden Dieterle comes in for Valley City. Bernson back to serve for the Highliners. Ball from Bernson deep and well played by Shanley. Heinrich and Giak, the seniors, make a veteran move and let it go. Kleiman back in now to serve for Shanley. 4-point lead. Deacons 7 points away from taking the first game. Here's a set from Bernson. Dieterle fires, blocked by Huber, and then just pushed over on the fake set by Lemnis. Ball put up by Matheson. Payne sends it over. Bernson over to Dieterle. Dieterle pushes over. Stroup is there. Kleiman will set. Here goes Payne, but a whistle and a violation. It's a double hit on Shanley.
Stroup once again there, Jed, making a great play. Nice dig on that one. Looks like that was Kleiman, though, just quite getting a double hit on it, and it's a point for Valley City.
Yeah, not quite getting the hands squared up there. Hits it twice, and so it's 18-15 with Valley City serving. Giak receives, Stroup sets. Here goes Payne looking for the kill. Blocked, sends it right back, though. Olstad is there, and now Bernson will set. Here comes Dieterle, blocked for the Deacon point. Big-time block made by Huber.
How about that from Hadley Huber and Riley Payne up front? First Payne with the reaction time to get to that quick tip, and Hadley Huber finishes off the play with a nice block.
Yeah, excellent work there by the two juniors, Emmett. Manuel serving, Shear is there. Bernson will set for Olstad. Olstad attacks the far corner, but it's out of bounds, and it's a Deacon point now, up 5, and it looks like we've got a timeout taken by Valley City. And I'm not surprised by that, Emmett. They are in a bit of a pickle now as Shanley is 5 points away from taking this first game.
Yeah, Joe, we've seen a really strong start here from the Deacons. Obviously, this is pretty much a must-win game for them, and they've showed that they really want this one, and it's going to be tough for the Highlanders tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with you there, Emmett. What adjustments, though, do you think Valley City can make here in this timeout? I mean, they're in a tough spot, but it's certainly not impossible. Do you see anything they can do in this limited timeout time to try and make a difference?
I think they just got to clean up some things technically, Jed. We've seen a couple of sloppy passes, missed digs, and I think if they can figure out those problems, they will certainly have some more success here.
All right. I would agree with you there, Emmett. I think those have been what's hindered them here in this first game. I'd also like to see them contest a little bit more at the net. They were doing a better job of it earlier, but the last few points seems like they've faded a little bit there, letting Shanley get a little too comfortable up front. So let's see if they can make them uncomfortable here and get a couple points back.
Yeah, Jed, Payne, Meyer, and Huber have been dominating that front line there for the Deacons, and the Highlanders need a response here.
All right, well, let's see if that timeout can help out Valley City in a tough spot. Here is Manuel serving. The lead is 5. Shear is there. Bernson will set, and now Dieterle fires that one over, and it's blocked out of bounds by Huber. So that's a point for Valley City, and that's exactly what you want to do coming out of the timeout.
Taryn Dieterle coming out of the timeout there with some fire. A nice hit, just goes past Huber, and it's a point for the Highlanders.
Here is Shear serving now. Manuel receives, finds its way over the net, but it's out of bounds. So that's an ace for Shear. And now it's just a 3-point lead for Shanley. Shear continuing to serve. Kleiman is there. Stroup will set. Here goes Payne. Tipped at the line. Burnson back there. Shear sets it up across for Olstad, who sends it over. Payne at home for Shanley. Stroup will set it up for Huber. Just a little tap. Well played, but somehow got over by Valley City. Not for long, though. Huber does pick up the kill. And now it's 21-17 Shanley.
Another great play there from Hadley Huber as she'll now get a rest. She's really led the Deacons tonight. She's done very well for them.
Giak serving, low serve, and it's an ace for Haley Giak. Shear could not settle it down, and it took a sharp bounce to the right and out of bounds. Giak still serving. Burnson will set up for Olstad, letting one go. Giak's there, takes a wild bounce though. Kleiman could not quite track it down. Lemnis comes in to serve here for Valley City, down 22-18. Ball from Lemnis is into the net. A critical error there for Valley City. That's not what you want, Emmett.
Yeah, Jay, that's a crucial time here in the set. Just a couple more points to go for the Deacons. You do not want to serve into the net there. You got to give your team a chance to win the point.
So here is Payne serving. Olstad takes it. The set from Lemnis. Neski fires into the net, though, and now the Deacons are just 1 point away from sealing up set number 1. And look at this, another timeout by Valley City. It's certainly a tough spot, Emmett. They would need to rattle off 6 points in a row to tie this thing up and, of course, get out of that sudden death situation, because for the next 6 points, Shanley just needs to win one of them, and they clinch the first set. If you're Coach Cruff here for Valley City, what are you saying to your players here in such a tough situation, Emmett?
Jed, I think you're just saying we got to take it point by point. Obviously, they came out very strong after that timeout, and then they hit a bit of a wall there. But if you're Coach Cruff, you just got to be letting them know. You just got to take it point by point, keep working, and see if you can rattle off a few in a row to tie it back up here in this first set.
Absolutely, Emmett. You cannot start getting ahead of yourself, and that's true for Shanley as well. You can't start thinking about this set as if you've got it locked up, because it's very possible for Valley City to win 6 points in a row. We see stuff like that all the time in volleyball. So Shanley and Valley City both just kind of got to zero in and, like you said, take it 1 point at a time. So Riley Payne back serving. Here we go. Serve from Payne is an ace! And there's an anticlimactic way to end that first set. Well, maybe not anticlimactic, depends who you're cheering for. But I don't know about you, I was expecting a little bit more of a battle there on that point, kind of bracing for a volley. And no, Payne takes care of business. She spotted a hole in that back corner. Tough spot to put the ball, but she did a great job of it, Emmett.
Yeah, it was a very nice serve there from Riley Payne. I'm sure Callie Halgrimson will wish she had gotten on that one, but still, I could see that thing was moving quite a bit. Hard to judge in the air, and the first set goes to the Deacons.
Absolutely. So, folks, we will step away here for just a minute for a brief word from our sponsors, but do not go anywhere. We got plenty more great volleyball coming up in just a minute.
This broadcast is presented by American Family Insurance, Ken Craft Agency, Bell Bank, Beyond Boundaries Therapy Services, Butler Machinery, Ed's Marine, the Fargo Jet Center, First International Bank and Trust, Forum Communications, Haley's Hope, Hurley's Religious Goods, Luther Family Buick GMC, Master Construction, Moore Engineering, Network Center, Northern Improvement, Off the Wall Advertising, Robert Gibb and Sons, Sanford, Shields, Taxman, TCI Insurance, and Wolf Steel Construction.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back to North Dakota High School volleyball action here on Shanley TV. Jed Thomas here alongside Emmett Kenny. So after one set, it was a 1-0 lead for the Shanley Deacons. They're able to win that last set. I believe it was a score of 25-18, and it was Riley Payne who finished things off with an ace there to seal it up. So Emmett, after a pretty close first set, what are your expectations here for set number 2?
Jed, I think that the Highliners are really going to start to ramp it up. They know how crucial this game is, and I don't think a team of this quality will just back down in this high of a game. I expect them to put up a big fight here in this set, and I think we will go many more than 3 sets in this one.
Yeah, certainly, Emmett, that's what I would expect as well. I think part of that last game just kind of comes down to the way the ball bounces for how close it was. The score is a little wider. The score, I think, it's a bigger margin than the game actually was because it was fairly close. For me, the difference maker for Valley City, at least, was they were just making a few too many errors, putting a few too many balls into the net, missing a couple plays they probably shouldn't have. But, you're on the road, in a pretty loud atmosphere against a good team. That's to be expected, maybe some first set jitters. That said, you got to kind of flush those out here and clean up the game in the second.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Highliners are just kind of working out those jitters still. We saw a couple missed serves, one of the best signs of nervousness. But I expect them to come back in this set, and it should be an entertaining one.
Agreed. So we're just about ready to get set number 2 underway. Again, this is a 2-point game. So the winner of this game, it's basically the equivalent of winning 2, and that will greatly help both teams' positions in the Eastern Conference standings as Geock serves to begin set number 2. Here's the set from Burnson, a quick shot from Olstad. Shanley can't track it down, and it's a point for the Highliners.
Well, Jed, that was about the smallest angle I have seen all night, and Olstad somehow got it over the net and to the right of the antenna. What a great play there, and it's a point for the Highliners.
Absolutely, Emmett. Olstad has been very impressive out on that perimeter, playing from tough spots like you talked about there, as Strout makes a great play to tap that ball back to Meyer, and the Highliners can't track it down there, losing it out of bounds. Excellent play there made by Strout to keep things going for Shanley. Heinrich is back to serve now for Shanley with the game tied 1-1. Shear takes it for Valley City. Here's the set, and Olstad, just not enough space there for her that time. The set from Lemnis was a little too close to the net. Not much Olstad could do. Heinrich continues to serve. Here's the set from Lemnis to Olstad. This time they connect, and this time they get the point, tying things up 2-2.
Jed, I think one of the keys tonight for the Highliners is the quality of these sets. How well can they put the ball in position for Olstad and Hallgrimsson and some of those bigger hitters? No
doubt, Emmett. We certainly saw it there as Fredericks fires one that's tipped at the line. Highliners keep it going. Hallgrimsson sends it over. It's blocked. Olstad there, though, as Lemnis tries to set it backwards. It won't go, though, for Valley City. So it will be Shanley ball up 3-2. Matheson comes in now for the Deacons as Straub is set to serve. Ball from Straub taken by Shear. Here's the set by Lemnis. Hallgrimsson lets one go, tipped at the line. Straub tracks it down over to Geock. Geock's ball now over to Meyer. She fires one into the corner and gets the kill.
Another nice kill there from Grace Meyer. She's been great for the Deacons already tonight. I expect a lot more out of her as well.
Straub will continue to serve now with a 4-2 lead. Ball from Straub taken by Shear. Lemnis sets. And then on the far side, it's Burnson sending it over. Straub now sets up for Meyer. Meyer's ball blocked. Heinrich is there for Shanley. Straub from a bad spot gets it to Matheson, but a violation against the Deacons. They'll say, well, I think they'll say they crossed the line. Yeah, they say Straub was over the line. Neski serving. Meyer is there. Her ball goes over the net. Heinrich makes a great play. Straub trying to keep it alive, but could not. It was into the net. So 4-4 now our score.
Hallgrimsson there with a nice reach up to get a hand on that one. Heinrich can't make the play.
Neski's serve taken by Geock over to Straub. Now to Meyer, and Meyer could not get solid contact on that. And it went out of bounds. So now Valley City with a 1-point lead. Neski serve taken by Heinrich. Straub for Fredericks, out of bounds. Right idea from the sophomore, but ran out of space there, put it a little too strong.
That hit had some velocity on it, Jed. Luckily for the Highlanders, though, it just goes wide.
That ball, though, is going to be an ace for Neski. It somehow found its way in. Coach Johnson telling his players to talk to each other as there have been some communication issues out there. Neski again, Heinrich is there. Straub will set it up across to Matheson. Matheson with a beauty into the near corner. Shear in for Valley City, Huber in for Shanley. Grace Meyer will go back to serve. So here is Meyer putting some power on that one. Shear plays it up to Lemnis, and then Olstad will put that one into the net for a Deacon point.
Point Deacons. Grace Meyer still serving.
Meyer continuing to serve, down one. And that one's into the net. Not what you want for the Deacons. They had some momentum going there, but that will send the ball right back to Valley City.
Couple of mishits here from Meyer. She'll take a break. I'm sure she'll get right, though, and she'll be huge for the Deacons coming up.
And Emmett, a lot of those mistakes we were seeing from Valley City have kind of picked up and moved over to the Shanley side of things, at least for now, as Shear combines with Dieterle that time to make a great play. Here's a set for Frederick. She taps one over. Oh, somehow Shear over to Bernson, and then Olstad. They kept it alive by the skin of their teeth. Huber sends one over. It's tipped at the line, played up to Bernson. She sets it for Hallgrimson. Fires Giak with a great play of her own. Straub now to Huber, pushing it into the back corner. Olstad there for Valley City. A great play to Hallgrimson, all the way across now to Heinrich. Heinrich's ball over to Straub. Huber moving up, looking for the kill once again. It's tipped back now to Shear, over to Hallgrimson, looking for the kill. We're still going as Straub gets it now to Giak and over to Huber. Ball from Huber, played by Olstad. Bernson setting up for Dieterle, tips it over. Matheson now to Straub and over to Huber, all the way across.
Oh.
Was it tipped? That's a kill for Huber. I think they said it was in. No, it was tipped. Okay, it's a point for Shanley, and how about that play, Emmett?
Oh, my goodness. How about the play there from Grace Shear? Just laying out, barely gets a finger on it, keeps the play away for the Highliners, and just an incredible rally there, going back and forth. Huber makes a nice hit over it, and it looks like that was just a tip for the Highliners, and we have a 7-8 ball game.
Well, you know, Emmett, there's a reason why Shear was your player to watch for this game, and we saw it right there as the Highliners are in a tough spot trying to get it over. Deacons want a 4-hit call. They don't get it. That ball's tipped over, though, by Matheson. Still going here. Another great volley going as now Huber lets it go. Nice dig from that back row. It was Bernson. Shear sends it over. Huber sends it right back. A little bit of confusion out there for Valley City. Hallgrimson trying to send it over, but it's into the net, and the Deacons have tied things up.
My goodness, Joe, we are clearly seeing how bad both of these teams want this game. Some incredibly long rallies and some great play here tonight.
Ball from Kleiman, handled by Hallgrimson. Set back now to Dieterle. Dieterle exploits the hole in the Deacon defense. Jaden Dieterle, the sophomore, with great court vision that time. Hallgrimson back to serve now for the Highliners. Ball taken by Giak. Straub will set across for Payne, and Payne gets the kill in a tough spot too. Not too often Grace Shear doesn't get underneath those. Riley Payne, though, picking up the big kill. Manuel serving now for Shanley. The lefty with things tied up 9-9. Shear receives. Bernson sets, and that ball from Dieterle is blocked right back. And it's 10-9 Deacons.
Another block there from Riley Payne on the front line. She's had plenty of blocks, plenty of hard hits here tonight. She's been tremendous for the Deacons.
Manuel continuing to serve here. Bernson will set it up now for Olstad with some power. And Olstad has done a great job on those. She has been looking really good here in this second set and the first set. We called her name a lot.
Both teams going toe-to-toe right now. I believe the largest spread so far in the set has been a mere 2 points.
And there is a fantastic serve from Shear, picking up an ace Manuel could not quite get underneath it. 11-10 now in favor of Valley City. Like you said, Emmett, a very tight set. Kleiman gets to that one. Stroup will set up now for Payne. A bad spot. It's into the net. And it's a 4-hit violation as Valley City now goes up 12-10. Shear is back to serve now. Manual there, and that's another ace for Shear, as that's a violation for a lift. So 13-10 now in favor of Valley City, trying to pull away.
Excuse me, Jed. Shear on a roll here for the Highlanders. A couple of great serves in a row.
Another, yeah, sorry, Emmett, another fantastic one, but Shanley somehow, somehow getting the point there.
Not sure what happened there, Jed, but all I know is I saw a ball go flying towards the net, and all of a sudden it popped back up in the air.
And Valley City wanted a call for something here, and the referee immediately waving over Josie Burnson to give an explanation, clearly just wanting to make sure the Highliners understand his reasoning. I don't know what they were looking for. I'm sure there was something there they saw. I just did not see it myself. Nonetheless, a nice play for Shanley in a tough spot as Holgrimson sends it over. Manuel receives, Stroup sets, Payne spikes. Played up into the rafters, takes a bad bounce, but the Highliners play it well. Holgrimson gets underneath it. It's sent over by Neski. Stroup will now set across for Meyer. Tipped at the line. Shear was there. Neski puts it up. Olstad fires. It's blocked. Neski, though, back to Shear. Olstad will get another crack at it, just popping it over there to Meyer. Stroup setting back for Meyer. She lets one go. It's blocked. And it's a Valley City point for a lift against the Deacons.
Jed, I think that's the third violation we've seen here against the Deacons in the last few points. They really got to clean things up here if they want to win this set. This second set is crucial. There's a big difference between being up 2-0 and tied 1-1.
Certainly, Emmett. And, you know, it's only a 3-point lead. We're only midway through here, but every point you drop, it's going to get harder and harder to come back. So the Deacons got to keep this one close as Olstad lets it go into the far corner. Great play made by Kleiman. Here's the set now from Lemnis across to Bertson, who gets the kill, attacking that corner again.
Nice back set there from Lemnis, and nice kill there from the Highliners, able to put that one away, and I believe we have a Deacon timeout.
We do, Emmett, trailing at 15-11. Well, you really called it. We knew that we thought this second set was going to be pretty good, just like the first, and it has delivered. With the roles kind of reversing now, Valley City taking the lead in this one, being the more dominant team, but Shanley certainly sticking around. Emmett, what kind of adjustments do you think Shanley's making in this timeout?
Jed, I think they're just trying to get their head right. We've seen a couple of silly mistakes here from the Deacons, silly violations, but I'm sure they'll clean things up. They just got to make sure they're ready to go here, because Valley City has come out very sharp in the second set. So the Deacons just got to match that intensity, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, Emmett, it's interesting. The Deacons have their game has gotten a little less clean in this second set than it was in the first, so not quite sure what that's all about. Just a little step in the wrong direction for him here. We'll see if the timeout can help him settle things down, though, and clean up their play. Meanwhile, Valley City just doing exactly what they need to do. They're contesting points. They're winning a lot of points, obviously. Just playing the smoother game so far in the second. Here is Lemnis now back to serve. Deep ball from Lemnis. Manuel's there. Stroup taps it back to Payne. They call a lift, though, against Stroup. That's not what you need if you're the Deacons. Five-point lead for Valley City. Low serve. Geox there. Stroup for Payne. And Riley Payne picking up a big-time kill.
Riley Payne there with a big play, able to stop the skid for the Deacons. They've given up a couple points in a row there. And I'm sure this Natalie Heinrich serve will try to get them back on track.
Yeah, but that was a much-needed kill for Shanley, as now Heinrich, like you said, will try to get him on a run here. And that's not the way to do it, though. Neski with a big-time kill for Valley City. And that stops any run Shanley was trying to make there. Macy Olstad serving. Geoch takes it. Set for Stroup over to Fredericks. This one set up by Lemnis to Olstad. Meyer was there. Straub will send it back across for Meyer. But that ball's too strong and out of bounds, so it's 18-12 now, Highliners.
Point Highliners, Olstead still serving.
Olstad serving. Giak receives. Straub across for Fredericks. Great play made, but Hallgrimson was there. Lemnis to Neski. Straub now over to Manuel, who sets it up for Meyer. Meyer looking for the kill, and she gets it.
What resilience there from Grace Meyer. She had the miss just a second ago on that hit, and then she comes back and she places one perfectly in the corner, trying to get her team back on track.
Absolutely, Emmett. However, if Shanley wants to close this gap, they're going to have to do it soon. Valley City already at 18. Deacons down 5. Ball from Payne, taken by Shear in the back row. Lemnis sets it up across, and that's a point for Valley City. Burnson getting the kill as that one's tipped out of bounds.
Another amazing set there from Natalie Lemnis. She's had some great sets tonight, setting up her hitters in the front, and we see another one there.
So here's Neski. That ball taken by Heinrich. Straub sets. Fredericks lets one go. Wild ball, and Valley City can't track it down. That's a kill for Fredericks. 19-14 our score. Meyer serving. Again, the Deacons trail by 5. Here's a set from Lemnis. Hallgrimson lets it go. Meyer is there. Straub will now set it up across for Huber. Huber from a tough spot. She got it to go, though. Lemnis now to Hallgrimson into the net, and it takes a highliner bounce, making it 20-14.
Another entertaining play there. We saw Straub with a bit of a rough set there, but Huber's able to get on the end of it, get it back in the play, and then we see Hallgrimson finish off the play very well. And now we're seeing a bigger and bigger margin here for the Highliners.
Yeah, things getting a lot tougher here for Shanley as Fredericks does a great job making something out of nothing there. Here's Burnson now, and a big-time kill from Hallgrimson, lowering the hammer that time, Emmett.
Yeah, Jed, Hallgrimson really trying to close out this set for the Highliners. A few great plays here in the last couple minutes.
So, Burnson serving. Heinrich receives. Straub sets it up now for Matheson, going all the way across. What placement from Matheson?
How about that from the sophomore? Deacons on a little bit of a skid. Matheson gets them back on track there with a great play, placing it in the far corner.
Yeah, Megan Matheson just demonstrating incredible control there over that volleyball, picking her spot as now Haley Kleiman is in to serve for Shanley. Here's the set from Burnson. Hallgrimson going for the big kill once again. Doesn't get it that time. Straub now over to Payne, who pushes over to Olstad. Burnson setting it back. Tough spot there. Highliners not going to be able to get it over in 3. So that's a violation. And Shanley's now down 5 once again. Kleiman will continue to serve as the Deacons attempt a rally here. Strong serve by Kleiman. It's played, however, by Hallgrimson. Sent over, was it in? Just by a nose. Hallgrimson is back to serve. 6-point lead here for Valley City. 3 points away from tying this thing up 1 set apiece. Straub now sets up for Matheson. Ball tipped at the net. Now here's a set from Burnson. Dieterle taps it over, finds the hole. And 23-16 now our score. Valley City in the driver's seat, just 2 away. Hallgrimson sends it deep to Giak. Straub will set it up across for Payne. Payne too strong. And now just 1 point separates Valley City from winning this set.
Well, Jed, we thought we'd see a bit of a comeback here from the Highliners, and we certainly have. They've had a very good set. Already up 8 points here, looking for the win in this set.
Hallgrimson's serve taken, then set by Straub, and not a great way to end the set for Shanley, but a huge win for Valley City there as we're tied up 1 set apiece. And Emmett, that last point, kind of summing up the set for the Deacons there. It was full of a lot of errors, some miscommunications, and yeah, that last point just kind of maybe representative of their struggles.
Yeah, Jed, that it illustrates really well what the Deacons went through in that set. Just a lot of miscommunication, They just need to get back on their feet here, and they'll get it going.
Yeah, it's especially tough for Shanley there after having such a solid first set, to kind of take a step back like that. But that is just kind of the name of the game. We see that happen a lot. There's not always an explanation for why that happens, but you hope you can sort things out in the next set. And, folks, it will be Game 3. Our apologies as that reads Game 1 down there. We'll try to get that sorted out, but it will be Game 3 coming up here. And with a little break, we do want to remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathleticClub.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many other student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. So just a couple minutes away from beginning our third set. And Emmett, what are your impressions after our first two sets? We knew it was going to be close, and that certainly does appear to be the case.
Yeah, Jed, we saw the Deacons come out very strong in that first set. It looks like they were really controlling the match very well. And then all of a sudden, we just saw that confidence from the Highliners. Really strong set there, winning by a pretty decent margin. And we did see the Highliners clean up some of their issues. And now the question is, Jed, will the Deacons do the same? Obviously, a crucial game, as we've talked about, must-win game for both teams. And it just comes down to who wants it more and who's going to put in the effort to get the win here tonight.
Yeah, and it's interesting, Emmett. In games like this, that first set was a win for Shanley by a pretty solid margin. The second set, again, a win for Valley City by a pretty solid margin. So it makes you wonder so many times then once you get to that third set, that's when you start getting into those 26-24, 30-28 type of sets. That's when things really tighten up. So I'll be interested to see if we keep that pattern going, of those kind of big margin wins, or if we really start to tighten up now. It's always tough to tell, but now under a minute left to go before we get number 3 underway. A lot of the players we expected to have big roles have been doing so. Jordan Straub, of course, continuing to rack up the assists for Shanley. Fredericks has been a major player as well. And Megan Matheson, another one of those younger girls, has had a pretty big impact too. We saw her, especially in that second set, start to warm up a bit.
Matheson there with a couple of very big plays for her team, trying to get them back on track. She had some nice enthusiasm there, trying to get her team engaged. A couple of great kills. And we have to see if the Deacons will follow her lead and get back on track here, as the Highliners looked very strong in that second set.
On the flip side, Macy Olstad continuing to have a real nice game for Valley City. And Grace Shear, again, we're really seeing why she was a player to watch here tonight. She just continues to have a massive impact for Valley City. Great defensive player and getting involved on the offensive side as well.
Highliners will serve to begin Game 3, serving number 9, Natalie Lemnis.
So Lemnis is back serving now for Valley City. Lemnis, the setter for the Highliners, has had a nice game in her own right as Giach now takes this one. Straub to Payne. It is blocked. Straub to Manuel. Meyer trying to save it. I think it was outside the antenna. An A for effort there for the Deacons, but they don't get the point.
The Deacons a little unorganized there, trying to get back on track in the middle of the point there. Meyer just couldn't make the play. A very tough angle on that one.
Straub now over to Meyer. This one a little cleaner, and a beauty of a ball there that's tipped out of bounds from Grace Meyer. So that ties it up 1-1. Payne going back to serve. She's had a nice night serving for the Deacons. Jump serve now for Payne is taken by Holgrimson into the net, and it's a point for Shanley.
Beautiful serve there from Riley Payne. Holgrimson can't quite get a clean dig on it, and it falls into the net. 2-1 Deacons.
And Emmett, this is a good start here for Shanley so far. A really good start as that one's misplayed, and it's an ace for Payne. This is about as good of a start as you can ask for Shanley here outside of that first point.
Yeah, Jed, another good serve from Payne. See if we can get another one here, and she does.
Yeah, another ball that's just kind of misplayed. Highliners can't keep it going, and Riley Payne continuing to dominate their serving.
The Highliners need to figure it out on that back line right now. They can't let Payne get on more of a roll here.
Olstad, great dig on that ball, and then the fake set from Lemnis. Deacons not fooled. Meyer got there. Fredericks fires into the back corner, and she gets it. How about this start from Shanley?
Fredericks there, what placement on that ball there. Just finding the back line, and the Deacons find themselves with an early 4-point advantage.
And look at this, they're forcing Valley City to take a timeout now. That should really show the start that Shanley's having here. Regardless of who won, first set, second set, it didn't matter. Those were both very close to start. The first 10 or so points were really tight, and then one team pulled away. That is not the case so far. Shanley building up a nice lead early. It's going to be tough, though, for them to keep this. We know Valley City, well, we saw what they did in that last set. They can certainly come out firing here out of the timeout. Shanley's got to try and keep this momentum up.
Yeah, Joe, we've seen a lot of changes in momentum here so far in this game. We just saw the Deacons come out very strong, 4-point lead. It'll be interesting to see if this Valley City timeout will help them get back on track and put together a few points here.
So Payne continuing to serve, trying to keep it up out of the timeout. Another nice dig from Olstad. Fredericks came over top, though, and you can't be doing that. I like the instinct from Fredericks there, trying to, keep things going for Shanley, lower the hammer there, but unfortunately a little overeager. So Olstad serving here. That ball off the fingertips of Manuel, sent forward to Meyer, who gets it over. Sheer now to Lemnis, and then Burnson fires it. Giak at home for Shanley. Straub sets it up for Meyer, letting one go. Great placement from Meyer. What a ball.
How about that from Grace Meyer? A tip over every single Highliner player. Finds the green there, and that is a great play for Meyer.
And that is such a hard ball to play, Emmett, when you're trying to, like you said, get it over everyone without sending it out of bounds. And there's a tough break, though, for Shanley. Momentum taken out a little bit as that serve goes out of bounds. So 3-point lead for Shanley as Neski is back there serving now. Fredericks lets one go, tipped at the line. Lemnis will set it up across, and it's blocked by Lander Fredericks, using that reach to jam that one back onto the Highliner side.
Lander Fredericks getting way up there to block that one. Another great play from the sophomore.
Meyer serving now. Shear takes it in the back row. Sent forward, and then just a little tap over. Tracked down by Fredericks, and then sent over by McAllister. Here's the set from Burnson over to Hallgrimson that time, and hold on, we got a whistle and a violation against Shanley, it appears.
Not quite sure what that was there, Jed.
Yeah, neither am I, Emmett, but the play kind of stopped in the middle there. So, yeah, I'm really not sure what they got him for. I'm not saying there was nothing there. I'm sure there was. I just didn't see it. But there's a good break for Shanley as that serve goes into the net. And that's not like Valley City. They've been pretty strong serving. They cleaned up a lot of those errors in the second set, but they seem to have come back at least a little bit here. As now Kleiman is serving for Shanley. Nice ball, tracked down by Hallgrimson in the back corner, but a whistle and a lift called against Valley City. That's a point for Shanley, and now it is a 5-point lead as the Deacons lead 9-4. Again, this is game 3, not game 1, folks, as Kleiman's serve is out of bounds, trying to ride that line a little too much. So now 9-5.
Looks like the Highliners are sputtering a little bit here, Jeb, but they do get a nice break there as they get the point and the serve back. Let's see if they can go on a little roll here and get some momentum.
Yeah, Highliners get a nice break there, like you said, from the Deacons as the serve goes out of bounds. McAllister trying to get it back, but it's well out of bounds and very well played by Josie Burnson. She knew it was headed out immediately. A little delay getting back into play here. The ball was lost in the crowd there for a minute, but Hallgrimson is back and ready to go now. Just a 3-point lead for the Deacons here as Hallgrimson's ball just makes it over. Oh, great play by Straub to save it, but it was out of bounds when it was played, I believe she was out when she played it. Giak made a great play to keep it alive at first, but it was a wild ball that the Deacons couldn't get under control.
Straub just reaching out for that one, able to get on it. But as you said, Jed, I think she just happened to be out of bounds on that one.
Kleiman receives, Straub sets it up, Payne sends it into the corner. Hallgrimson tracks it down, Olstad now over, and then it's sent back by Dieterle. Straub sets it up for Payne, that ball into the net. Huber got it over, but a whistle and 4 hits called against Shanley. So Hallgrimson will continue to serve here as Valley City has closed this gap nicely, trailing only by 1. Giach is there. Straub will set. Here goes Huber getting it over, but a great defensive play made by Hallgrimson, and Olstad getting the kill with a beauty.
How about this from the Highliners, Jed? Really strong here. We were wondering if they would come out of that timeout strong, and they surely have. And after the big Deacon lead, it's now tied up at 9.
Yeah, Valley City has done an excellent job closing the gap here as now Hallgrimson picks up an ace. And Shanley now the team forced to take a timeout. And how about this? A total change of pace here put on by Valley City. They've done a great job reversing the course of this 3rd set. And Emmett, what has been the difference the last few points? What changed?
You can just tell, Jed, that Valley City is really trying to influence the game with every single aspect. They're trying to get better sets, better hits, and they've really done that in the past couple of minutes. We've seen Hallgrimson all over the place tonight. She's been really good for them. She's made a lot of plays. I expect her to make some more. And the Valley City finds themselves up 1 after a slow start here in this set.
Yeah, that is really crazy now to find themselves up by 1, like you said. And I really agree with what you said there. Hallgrimson has been a difference maker here. She's been all over the place, and she's been responsible serving here for a couple really nice serves that have added to the difference. So, yeah, Valley City just seems to have really figured things out here after a rough start to this 3rd set. So Hallgrimson back trying to continue this run. Deacons open the timeout. Put a freeze on that momentum. Rough play there from Kleiman. Giach tracked it down, though. Here's a set from Bernson. Olstad sends it over. Oh, great play made by Kleiman, reaching out 1 arm. Payne sends it over. Here's the set from Bernson. Dieterle puts it out of bounds, and that's a huge point for Shanley.
How about that from the junior Kleiman? Olstad with the killer hit there, and Kleiman's able to just get on that one, gets onto it, and she wins the point for her team there.
Well, and it's extra nice there, Emmett, because she kind of had a tough play there. Ball was kind of wild off her arms on the first part of that play, but then able to make the 1-arm play like you said. And there's a great job by Valley City to get the point right back as that ball is tipped out of bounds by Shanley. Shear's back serving now for Valley City as they have regained their lead. Manuel runs up there to make the play, but the ball falls out of bounds.
Another great serve there from Grace Shear. Her along with Hallgrimson and Olstad have been big tonight. A few players that have really stepped up for their team, made some big plays, and they've really kept them in it.
Ball from Shear taken by Giach. Huber will set now for Payne. Payne lets it go and finds the right spot that time. Riley Payne with great accuracy.
Really nice play there from Riley Payne. As you said, Jed, small angle, able to misdirect the ball there quite a bit, and a nice play.
And that's a tough break for Shanley as that ball is into the net. So 13-11 now our score. And Shanley can't keep giving the ball back like that, Emmett.
Yeah, in this tight of a game, this important of a game, you really got to nail the fundamentals. You got to get serves and you got to make some good sets. And both teams have had their moments, but a bit of inconsistency that we've seen so far here.
And that time we see Payne put it out of bounds. So struggles continuing a bit here for Shanley after a really nice start. They have slowed down immensely. Manuel makes the play. Straub with the fake set. It was the right idea. Valley City got to it at the last second, though. Payne sent it over. Highliners keep it going, and Olstad picks her spot over the head of Meyer and gets a huge kill.
Macy Olstad with another play for her team. A big momentum play there, Jed, as now we see the Highliners up 4, already have 1 set. If they can get this one, I'm sure they'd be very happy with where they're sitting at.
Yeah, no doubt, Emmett. And how about this? Valley City has forced Shanley to use their last time out here of this set, as, like you said, they trail by 4. And I don't think anyone would have expected them to be in this situation after the way they started. Very, very puzzling here for the Deacons. Although Granted, we weren't talking about an astronomical lead for Shanley. It was only 4 or 5 points there, but still, it was a very nice start. That said, on Tuesday against Davies, we saw Shanley up pretty big, 5 or 6 points in the later stages of, I think it was the second set against the Eagles, and we saw Davies come back and almost flip that one on Shanley. The Deacons did walk away with the win. My point here, though, Emmett, is we have seen them do this in the past, maybe need to get a little bit better about once they build those leads up, hanging on to them. You can't get sloppy after you built the lead because it'll evaporate quickly, and that's what we've seen here.
Yeah, Jed, volleyball, just a very long game in general. There's a lot of twists and turns, a lot of switches in momentum, and the Highliners find themselves on the positive end right now with another great serve.
That's an ace for Lemnis, Emmett, fresh out of the timeout. That's a worst possible scenario there, coming fresh out of a timeout. You don't want to give up the point so quick. You don't want to give up the point at all. But you got to turn the page as Straub sets for Payne, and that's what Shanley needed. Payne with a great kill. And that makes it 16-12 now in favor of Valley City.
Jed, we see it once again. Riley Payne has been a spark plug here for this Deacon team. Whenever they're on a little bit of a skid, she's been able to make a great play, and she puts her team back in this one once again.
Here's the set now. Olstad lets it go. Payne trying to keep it alive, but could not. Olstad right now with just too much power.
Yeah, Jed, what I said for Payne can be the exact same for Olstad. Just a really hard hitter there on that front line. She's made a lot of plays for her team tonight, and here she is with the serve. Yeah,
Olstad serving now as Giok takes it. Straub will set. Here goes Meyer. Meyer keeping it in there. Ball played back nicely that time by Hallgrimson, and the Highliners are able to get it over. Straub contested at the net. Manuel was there. Straub back over to Meyer. It was tipped and out of bounds.
How about that set there from Jordan Straub, able to maneuver it over to Grace Meyer. She has a very nice pass there, able to get it past the Valley City defense.
So Straub is back to serve now for Shanley. Here is the senior now. That ball taken by Shear. Set from Lemnis. Straub there, though, to receive that shot from Neski. Here's Meyer looking for the back row, and too strong. So it's 18-13 now in favor of Valley City. And in comes Taryn Dieterle, the 6-footer, to contest the height of Lander Fredericks.
We've seen a really big battle up front here tonight for both teams. Both teams have been very good here at the net, and we've certainly seen that with a lot of great plays here, a lot of great blocks, a lot of great kills.
Yeah, and a tough break there for Shanley. Fredericks puts that one into the net. That time probably trying to attack Dieterle, show she's not afraid of going up against another 6-footer. Unfortunately, put it too low as Dieterle now blocks that one back. Here is Straub setting it up for Meyer, tipped at the net, sent forward. Dieterle tracks it down, setting for Hallgrimson, and Hallgrimson gets the kill.
Jed, you can see just how bad these Highliners want this set. They have a very nice advantage now, up 7, just 5 more points to go to get this one. They're very inspired, and I think the Deacons really need to get the same attitude. And they catch a break here as this serve goes into the net.
Huge break. That's a much-needed shift in momentum, especially because Lindsay Neski has been one of Valley City's best servers so far. Meyer serving. That ball tracked down that time by Ranasat. And Ranasat will send it over. Meyer there. Ball a little long. Straub able to get to it. Fredericks had it blocked at the net, though, by Dieterle. And 21-14 now in favor of the Highliners.
Excuse me, Jed. Looks like Fredericks just jumped a little early there. She's not able to quite get on the end of it. And now for the Highliners, just 4 more points to go. And this third set may be theirs.
Absolutely, Emmett. It is getting tight here for Shanley as Straub now sends it over to Huber. Huber's ball into the net. 22-14 now. And Valley City, boy, have they looked strong since turning things around in the early going of this set. Here is Burnson now. That ball taken by Heinrich, diving to get to it. Straub now over to Huber. Her ball tipped at the line, sent up. Here's the set by Burnson back to Dieterle. Great dig by Heinrich as Huber will push it over now into the back corner. And Ranasat could not keep it alive. That's a Shanley point. They trail by 7.
Nice play there from the Deacons, able to get that must-needed point. They still got to win several points here in a row if they want to start getting back into the set, but they're on the right track here for sure.
Kleiman coming in to serve in a tough spot, low ball. Nice dig that time from Hallgrimson, sent back to Dieterle. Kleiman receives, Stroup will set. Here goes Payne now across the court. Great play from Hallgrimson as Stroup will set it up now back to Huber. Huber pushes it over, Dieterle was there. Dieterle at the net contesting it against Huber. Payne gets it back to Stroup. Stroup now over to Payne, popped up by Burnson. Shear will set it up for Hallgrimson, loading up, lets it go. It's blocked. Great play by Dieterle, sent back by McAllister, and that's a point for the Deacons.
Another great rally. We've seen plenty of those in this third set there, Jed. And a great roll here for the Deacons, rattling off a couple points in a row. Let's see if they can keep it going with Kleiman back to serve.
Well, deep ball from Kleiman that time. Burnson sets it up. Hallgrimson lets it go into the back corner. Kleiman there. Stroup will set. Now here goes Payne. Payne attacking the far side. Hallgrimson receives. Ball sent back to Hallgrimson. Couldn't track it down. And that's another Shanley point. And that's a timeout taken by Valley City. Huge turnaround here from Shanley over the last couple points.
We can see Coach Krupp there for the Highliners really trying to stop this play here, trying to get some momentum back for her team. Just shows how important this set is to both coaches. You can tell they wouldn't take a timeout like this possibly in the first set, just a 5-point game, but this really does mean a lot.
Absolutely, Emmett. Yeah, it maybe is kind of funny to see a team take a timeout, with a 5-point lead, but it's definitely, I think, a good use of the timeout. Shanley's putting this run together. They had all the momentum. May as well try and break it up here. And, the Deacons don't have any timeouts left either, so you're not leaving them with the advantage in that department. So Valley City probably not changing much, just trying to calm things down. And Coach Krupp probably telling these girls, just remember how you played a few points ago, because they were dominant for most of this third set. And they only need 3 points to close it out. That's the big thing. So Kleiman will try to continue her run here coming out of the timeout. Kleiman back to serve, lets it go. Shear takes it, Burnson sets it up. And that ball is blocked at the line, kept alive, but not for long. It's a lift called against the Highliners. Hallgrimson could not get it across. Deacons continue their dominant up against the net. 4-point lead here for the Highliners. Kleiman continuing to serve. And that's a tough play. It's going to be an ace for Shanley and Haley Kleiman as Ranasat could not get the ball under control.
The roll continues here for Haley Kleiman. Rattled off several points in a row. Now the Deacons only down by 3.
Deep ball from Kleiman, attacking Ranasat that time. Burnson will set for Hallgrimson. Out of bounds. Oh, but was it tipped? Yes, they'll say it was. So that's going to make it 23-19. Valley City desperately trying to fend off this comeback attempt.
Valley City really needed that one. Able to get back on serve now with a little bit of momentum as well. Just need 2 points now to close out this third set.
And they've got the right girl serving. It's Hallgrimson. Stroup sets up for Payne. Payne fires, and it's out of bounds. So 24-19 now. Shanley was making it close, but now Valley City is just 1 point away. Hallgrimson back to serve. Lets it go. Giak gets underneath it. Heads up play there by McAllister, steering it back in. The ball set to Olstad. Payne got there. Kleiman now to McAllister. McAllister along the far side. Here's a set from Burnson. Dieterle. Stroup was there. McAllister puts it up. Here goes Payne in the back corner. Was it tipped? Yes, it was. The Deacons get the point and they stay alive.
A last-second decision there from the referee. The Deacons still have life in this third set. Need to rattle off a couple in a row here, but still, this is very positive here for Shanley.
Olivia Manuel back serving. The junior with the pressure on here in the crucial third set. They can't give up a single point here over the next 4. It's a strong serve. Shear is there. Here's a set from Burnson. Olstad lets it go, and Olstad ends the set. Macy Olstad continuing to show up when Valley City needs her most. And the Highliners take the third set. How about it, Emmett?
How fitting is that, Jed, that Olstad closes out that set for Valley City. She's been really crucial for that team this whole game. And another great play there, able to finish off this set. And now if you're the Deacons, you're in a lot of trouble here. Down 2-1. obviously just need 3 sets to get the win. They've got to rattle off these next 2 sets if they want to have a good seed going into the EDC tournament.
Yeah, we talked about the importance of this game, Emmett. It is it's a difference between third or potentially fifth or sixth, and it's 2 points on the line here. So Shanley really gotta give it everything they got here in this 4th set, and we know they will. Valley City, meanwhile, can leapfrog up in the standings by quite a bit, going from that 5th position to again potentially the 3rd spot when all is said and done. So a lot on the line here. Pressure continuing to mount. Shanley certainly not wanting to have a loss here in their home building. Second to last home game of the season for the Deacons. And Shanley, gotta be hoping that they don't have a repeat of that Davies game from Tuesday. Against Davies, they won the 2nd set, but then dropped the next 2 to lose 3-1, and they don't want another 3-1 loss here. But Emmett, it's interesting. They really just have not looked the same since that first set. Sets 2 and 3, it's been all Valley City for the most part. Shanley certainly had their moments. The beginning of that last set and towards the end, they came on strong. But Valley City has flipped a switch, and the Deacons just can't seem to keep up here over the last 2 sets.
I agree, Jed. Both teams have had their moments, but if you look, the Valley City Highlanders have been much more consistent. They've really controlled this game in multiple facets, but I think it's most apparent in their defense. They've done a really good job of contesting those hard hitters for the Deacons in the past game or so, and I expect them to continue that here. And if that does happen, the Deacons really got to start to ramp it up. They got to win this set.
Yeah, absolutely, Emmett. So we got just about a minute left before we begin this 4th set. And once again, folks, we will remind you that Shanley TV is made possible in part by the Shanley Athletic Club and their generous members. Check out their website today at shanleyathletic.com to learn how your membership contributes to Shanley TV, the Deacon Den, and many others student-athlete needs. While you're there, be sure to renew your annual membership by clicking the Join Now button or become a member if you're not one already. It's easy to become a member and anyone can join, so sign up today. The Shanley Athletic Club, taking Deacon Athletics to a higher level. Great stuff they're doing there at the Shanley Athletic Club. Obviously, we owe them a lot. They're responsible for most of our equipment here, getting this club off the ground, so be sure to check them out, folks. Great organization. In the meantime, though, back to the game at hand. Emmett just about ready to begin this 4th set. I mean, there's only so much analysis we can do at this point. I think we just got to see what these 2 teams have got left in the tank. For Shanley, it's interesting, though. I thought that strong start they had the last set was going to seal it up for them, but that was not the case. So, depending on how this one starts, it'll be interesting to see. Both teams have surrendered some pretty big leads at points, so it's fascinating. No lead has been safe so far in this game, that's for sure.
Yeah, Jed, like you said, the Deacons came out really strong in that last set, but I think there were a couple of very well-timed timeouts there from Coach Cruff, getting your team back mentally, and the Highlanders really closed it out well last set, and it'll be interesting to see if they can do that again.
It will indeed, as Giak starts this one off serving for Shanley. Tough play there for the Deacons, but they're able to keep it going as Stroup will send it over now. Shear there for Valley City. Burnson sets it up. Here goes Olstad. That one is blocked, and it's a point for the Deacons. A big-time block to start this 4th set off. Stroup got up there that time, and so Giak is back to serve again with a 1-0 lead for the Deacons. Shear plays that one a little awkwardly. Dieterle got there, though. We got a whistle, though, and a violation against Valley City. That's going to be a Shanley point.
Might have been a lift there, Jed. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I've seen a few signals here. Highliners getting an explanation, though, right now. Not super pleased with the call, I don't think, but, well, no team ever really is. So, an explanation has been given. We still have a pause in play, though. I'm not quite sure why. As now Coach Johnson for Shanley is having a quick discussion. And it looks like we're ready to go now as Giak will head back to serve, and it's a 2-0 lead for the Deacons. Here is Giach now. Low ball, Shear takes it, set from Burnson. Here comes Olstad, letting it go. Giach took it, put it up into the rafters. Manuel tracks it down, Meyer fires, and that's the first time Shanley's been able to take one of those Olstad shots. Oh! Somehow saving it. It'll end up being 4 hits, I believe. But wow. Highliners win the point. Shanley just about pulled off a miracle there, but a big win on that point for Valley City.
How crazy would that have been, Jed, if the Deacons somehow could have gotten that ball back over the net?
Yeah, no kidding. And man, how about the power from Olstad as this one goes into the net from Burnson, or excuse me, from Lemnis. But Emmett, yeah, how about that power from Olstad? I mean, Giach just about got knocked out of the gymnasium receiving that ball, so Shanley's got to find an answer for that here, as they're going to give this one right back to Valley City, serving the net for the Deacons. And that's another thing you can't be doing if you're Shanley. You got to take those gifts when you get them and run with it. Can't be doing that. Heinrich receives, Straub sets. Here comes Fredericks letting it go. Set now from Burnson, a whistle and a violation for a double hit. Makes that a Deacon point.
Burnson not too pleased with that call. Looks like she's asking for another explanation, and we do have Strout back now to serve for the Deacons.
Yeah, here comes Strout on that serve. Hallgrimson tracks it down. Lemnis sets, and Burnson puts it into the net. Another slow start here for Valley City as Shanley leads 5-2.
Jed, we've seen this script before. We got to see if the Deacons are going to keep this momentum going. They can't give it up just like they did last set.
And that's not what you need as Strout puts it into the net. So, yeah, Emmett, Shanley, like you said, we saw him do it last set, but we got to see if they can keep this pace up throughout a whole game as opposed to just, you know, the first few points of one. So Neski serves, Meyer receives. Straub sets it up now for McAllister, who just taps it over. And what a ball from Paige McAllister.
Nice play there from the freshman, able to get that one over Nemski, and it just lands inside the field of play.
Both teams trading blows now, neither one putting much together consecutively here as Myers serves a little low. Olstad takes it, put up by Lemnis. Shot blocked at the net, set up once again. Hallgrimson gets a second try. Stroup was there though for Shanley as Heinrich sends it back to Meyer. Meyer's ball tracked down by Shear in the corner, kept alive there by Lemnis, and then the push over from Hallgrimson just makes it. Ball set up back for McAllister. Blocked, but it goes out of bounds, and that's a Deacon point.
It'll be interesting to see, Jed, if the Deacons can keep this going, and now we do see a timeout from Valley City.
Yeah, Emmett, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Jed, that the only few points that they have given up have been missed serves. So if they can just clean that aspect of their game up, they'll certainly be in the driver's seat for the rest of the set, unless the Highlanders can turn it around like we already have seen here tonight.
Yeah, and absolutely. What I was going to say there was, in that last set, it was the timeout that was the huge difference maker. And not just that last set, but we've seen when Valley City takes their timeouts, they do an excellent job really using them well. I don't know what exactly it is. I don't know if they're really doing anything different than any other team necessarily, but for whatever reason, those timeouts, they're just making great adjustments and they're coming out strong. So let's see if this is another real effective one for them. Meyer back to serve for Shanley. 4-point lead for the Deacons coming out of this Valley City timeout. Deep serve by Meyer. Olstad's there. Here's the set from Lemnis. Dieterle lets it go into the net, but it found its way over. Stroup will set up now for Huber. Shear is there for Valley City. It's put up across over to Hallgrimson. That's blocked, but Olstad was there. Set from Lemnis. Dieterle just taps it over. Kept alive, though, by McAllister and steered back to Shear. Ball from Shear over to Hallgrimson, pushing it way back. Meyer was there for Shanley. Stroup now across to Fredericks, and Fredericks makes the big play.
Heads-up play there from the sophomore Lander Fredericks. What a tip there over the first row of Valley City players. Able to win a big point there, and the Deacons find themselves with a 5-point lead.
Crucial point there for Shanley out of the timeout, and another big one as the Highliners couldn't keep it alive. They tried their best, but the Deacons get the point, so now they're up 9-3. Meyer continuing an excellent run. Shear receives. Lemnis will set it up now for Hallgrimson. She is blocked by Fredericks.
How about that? What a great show of defense we've seen here from the Deacons. Some more great blocks, and they find themselves with a 7-point lead now. Jed, this just keeps growing.
Yeah, truly, Emmett. This has been an impressive showing by Shanley in the early goings of this set, and they are keeping this pace up as opposed to that last set where they faded down the stretch. This ball sent over and then sent right back by McAllister. Another huge point for Shanley. Valley City might have to burn their second timeout here soon.
Coach Cuff there on the sideline just telling her team to calm down, just settle back in. It's what they know they can do. And I'm not quite sure they're able to do it right now.
Well, great play made by Lemnis on the fake set, but it's kept alive by Heinrich and Stroup, then pushed over. Dieterle there. And a double hit on Shanley will make that Valley City point.
Looks like Heinrich and Huber hit that one at the same time.
Yeah, I think that is the call, Emmett. Although, yeah, something in there. I think there was a little confusion in there. Someone double hit in that little scrum there for the ball. But now Fredericks loads up once again, and it's tipped out of bounds. And Valley City, they got to put something together here. They're just winning one-off points right now. They're not stringing points together, and they're down 8 right now.
All the momentum in this building has shifted towards the Deacons side, Jed. It's very obvious in the body language of both teams. And it'll be interesting to see if the Highlanders can get back on track and rattle off a few points.
So here's Kleiman serving for Shanley. Olstad takes it. Ball sent back to Olstad from Burnson. Kleiman there for Shanley. Stroup sets it across for Huber, who pushes over and out of bounds. 12-5 our score now. As back to serve is Holgrimson. Lower serve from Holgrimson. Giak there. Stroup will set up now for Payne. Payne lets it go. Great placement there from Riley Payne.
Once again, Riley Payne with a big play.
So Manuel will go back and serve now for Shanley. Ball from Manuel just grazes the net and makes it over. Set from Burnson, blocked at the line. Dieterle keeps it going. Burnson will set it up once again. Here comes Olstad, but it's into the net. A rare slip up there from Macy Olstad.
Yeah, Jed, that's one of the first times we've seen her make a big mistake here in this game. She's been so consistent, but it couldn't have come as a worse time, as now the Deacons almost have a 10-point lead going into this set.
Well, a nice dig from Shear, but they can't get anything to go from it, and I think we're getting a timeout here from Valley City. Yeah, that is the case. Shanley up 10 here, looking absolutely dominant, Emmett. I mean, this has just been a incredible showing here, given what we saw from Shanley the last 2 sets. This is, by far their best set of the game, and what a time they chose to come on strong here.
Yeah, Jed, they came out with a lot of passion in this set. They've done really well. On the front line, especially Lander Fredericks, the sophomore, has made several key plays for her team, giving her team a big lead here, and we have to see if they'll keep it going.
Yeah, Emmett, it will be interesting. We talked about how well Valley City uses their timeouts on that previous timeout, but they really weren't able to get anything going there. So let's see if this one's any different. Down 10, though. It's going to be real tough to try and come back. So back to serve here is Olivia Manuel. Trying to continue a truly dominant set for the Deacons. Low serve from Manuel. There was Holgrimson. Ball tipped back to Dieterle. Kleiman's there. Stroup sets it up now for Huber, and Huber gets the kill.
What a play there from Hadley Huber. Great kill there, able to find the gap in the defense.
Yeah, just real good vision there from Hadley Huber. And the Highliners just out of answers right now. Deep ball from Manuel now. Shear is there. Here's the set and the spike from Olstad. Deacons tried to keep it alive, but they could not. So the Highliners will get the ball now, trailing by 10. Shear back, serving deep ball and out of bounds. Great read made by the Deacon backcourt, but what a tough break for Valley City.
Yeah, that is not what Grace Shear wanted in that situation. Trying to get your team back into this set, and that one just sails long.
Burnson will set it up. Neski able to get that one through the Deacons at the net, and it falls for a Highliner point.
Jed, we saw the Deacons do it last set. They rattled off several points in a row here, and I got to wonder if Valley City is going to be able to do the same. They're in a bad spot here, in danger of losing this fourth set. They really got to respond strongly.
Right, and we'll see the call there. They're going to say that one was in, so that's not the way to do it, Emmett. And I mean, I don't know if Valley City has won 2 consecutive points yet. I mean, they have just been barely able to get anything going. You know, like I said, they've won those one-off points, but outside of that, they haven't done much. And it's just been strange as we've got an ace for Heinrich here. And right now, Emmett, I really for Valley City, I think you just kind of got to get out of this set.
Agreed, Jed. They really just got to get out of this set. They got to get into the fifth. I don't think they're focused too much on the set now. They're just looking forward to this crucial fifth set.
Shear makes a nice play, though, here as Burnson will set up for Olstad. Olstad trying to pick the corner, but it's out of bounds. And, yeah, just nothing really going here for Valley City. And, Emmett, it's not what you want to do, You never want to be, already looking past a game, saying you can't win a game. And that's not what they're doing here. But I think absolutely to a degree you got to be thinking, let's just finish this thing out and let's get to that fifth.
Yeah, I believe Coach Cuff is going to have some good things to say to her players in the huddle before this crucial fifth set.
So Heinrich continuing to serve here, looking to close out this fourth. Here is the set from Lemnis. Ball tipped at the line. Great play made by Lemnis to keep it going. Giak now to Straub. Fredericks lets it go. And that looked like a double hit perhaps, or a lift. Yeah. Neski kind of played it with her elbow and scooped it up. So Heinrich will continue to serve. Olstad gets underneath of it. The set from Lemnis back to Olstad. It's blocked out of bounds, so it'll be a Valley City point. Olstad will go back to serve here for the Highliners. Heinrich receives. Straub sets up, and then Meyer kind of throws it over there. I think they'll get her for a lift, yeah. Scooping that ball a little too much. Olstad continuing to serve now. Manuel gets underneath of it. Straub over to Meyer. That ball's blocked back. Valley City started to celebrate. It proved to be okay, but that was kind of close there. Don't want to get caught doing that again.
Yeah, back-to-back nice plays, though, from the Highliners. Even if they do end up losing this set, they do have some positive things to take going into the fifth.
Yeah, no doubt. Even just getting some positive momentum going before that last set is crucial, Emmett. Proving to yourselves that you can do it here. Oh. As Hallgrimson makes a great play. I thought Heinrich made a highlight reel save there, but not quite. And now the Deacons will take a timeout. They lead by 11 in a pretty comfortable spot, but not a bad idea to take the timeout and just make sure you've got Valley City under control here. And if you're the Highliners, again, it is good to be coming back here, getting these good points going. But to a degree, you still kind of want to just get out of this set. And you got to be asking yourself, where was this in the early goings of it? You got to be, kind of kicking yourself saying, well, man, I wish we had played like this to start and we could have won this thing in this set. But obviously you can't think like that. It's just hard to keep those thoughts from creeping in.
Yeah, Joe, we have seen crazier things in volleyball, so it's not out of the question that Valley City could come back here. They just got to take it point by point, try to get some momentum here. But these Deacons have been very strong. I'm not sure they're going to let this lead go that easily. Yeah,
absolutely, Emmett. So let's see here as Giak takes it. Straub sets it up for Fredericks, just outside. So Valley City, another point here, making it a 10-point game. Olstad's serve taken by Manuel. Straub sets it up now for Meyer, letting one go, blocked, but then sent back over by Hallgrimson. Straub now sets it up back for Fredericks. Tipped at the line. Shear keeps it alive. Lemnis puts it up, and then it's tapped over by Neski. Great save by Straub. Meyer going to play it now back to Straub, who puts it over. Olstad at home, though, for Valley City. Lemnis to Hallgrimson. Meyer was there with a great play. Straub now over to Manuel, and Shear will take it. Lemnis with the set. Neski spikes, and it's blocked out of bounds. And Valley City continuing to claw their way back here.
You never know, Jed. We've seen some great enthusiasm here from the Highlanders. Plenty of momentum. Still, though, if you're the Deacons, you just got to calm down. You're in the driver's seat here. Just got to win a few of these points and get out of the set.
Right, you're just 3 points away, and that should help mightily. Olstad puts it out of bounds, and that might end what was a really great bid for a comeback. Straub serving now. Shear gets underneath it. Ball put up by Lemnis. Hallgrimson pushes over, blocked right back into the arms of Neski. Here's a set from Lemnis, and then tapped over by Bernson. Heinrich makes the play. Straub now back over to Meyer. Meyer somehow gets it across. Lemnis now for Hallgrimson, blocked partially. Straub is there for Shanley. Heinrich across to Meyer. Meyer back into the back row, and she gets the point. And Shanley's 1 point away from sending us to a fifth set.
How about that tip from Grace Meyer? What a great play. She puts her team within 1 point of this crucial fourth set. And Jed, it's shaping up to be a final fifth set thriller here.
Indeed it is. Straub puts it over. Shear is there. Lemnis will set. Here goes Neski. Straub there to take it. Heinrich now for McAllister. McAllister to Shear. Now Lemnis. Hallgrimson sends it over. Heinrich with a great play, and Meyer finishes it off. Lemnis sets it up again, though, for Hallgrimson. It's tipped at the line. No, it was not. The Deacons force a fifth set, and what a rally from Shanley after a very tough second and third sets. They win number 4, and basically, Emmett, it's 0-0 now. 1 set to 15 for the whole shebang.
Yeah, Jed, we've seen a lot from both teams tonight. Plenty of shifts in momentum, and it just comes down to who's going to take control of this fifth set. We've seen a mix of the team coming out first and starting strong and then winning that set, or possibly giving up the lead later on in that set. So it just comes down to what big players are going to step up and who's going to make the big plays here for both teams.
Right, Emmett, there's been very little consistency in how these teams have performed. At first, you know, we've seen leads that weren't safe at all. We've seen big comebacks. We've seen dominant sets now like this one. Really tough to tell how this fifth set will go. And fifth sets are so weird because they're played to 15. You know, when you're at 10 points, it's like being at 20, basically. You know, you're 5 points away from making it to from winning the game. So it's just so hard to adjust to that 15-point margin, and I think so often we see teams kind of pull away right away. Fifth sets are rarely close in my experience, but the way this game has gone, this could be the outlier. We could see a very, very tight fifth. And folks, at this time, we do want to give a shout out to Allie, Anna, and Charlie watching in Brandon, Manitoba, cheering on Lander Fredericks and the Shanley Deacons. So thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And hey, if you're watching, get in contact with us. Find us on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram. Reach out to us. We'll try to give you a shout out on air. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. And anyone else who wants a shout out, just get in touch. So a couple minutes left before we begin this fifth set, and like I said, Emmett, fifth set's just hard to figure out. Very, very different from the previous 4. But again, this has been such a weird night. I don't think this fifth set's going to be anything we're not expecting, because really I'm expecting anything at this point.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of everything so far tonight, Jed. But as you were saying, this game being to 15, it really makes it important which team can come out swinging the best. If you can get a 5-point lead early on in this set, you're pretty much in the driver's seat for the rest of the way, because there's not much time for the opposing team to come back. And it'll just be interesting to see which team takes control early, or it might be toe-to-toe the whole way.
Yeah, no doubt. And another key aspect is, Emmett, is going to be how does Valley City come out after a very rough fourth set? And how do they start? Because you just said it there, going up 5-0 in set 5 is very different from any other set. So can they put together a good start? The starts of set 1 and 2 were very close, but then 3 and 4, they got blown out of the water in the beginning, and they can't do that again here. They really got to clean it up. If they could get off to a hot start, that'd be great, but we haven't seen them do it in any of the previous 4. So if they can just keep it close in the early going, that would be enough. It does bode well, though, for Shanley that they've been starting hot because, again, 15 points, that means a lot more than when you're playing to 25.
Valley City did have some nice plays coming out of that 4th set, and we'll just have to see if they can build on that momentum or if the opposite will be true for the Deacons.
And so, just about ready to start this 5th set. Again, folks, it is set number 5, not number 4 like it says there. Not correct. So we are in the 5th set, tied up 2-2. Those numbers are correct. And before we get this 5th set going, want to shout out Dustin Payne watching from Canton, Ohio, home of the Football Hall of Fame. So pretty cool shout out there from a pretty cool location.
Yeah.
So again, folks, if you want to get in contact with us, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of those mediums, good way to reach out. All right, so referees confirming the starting rotations here for both teams. Tied up 2 sets apiece. This is a 2-point game, so a lot on the line in this critical 5th set. Couldn't have asked for a better ending here to a great night of volleyball. And here we go. Lemnis starts things off, serving for Valley City. Tough ball for Straub to play, able to set it up to Payne. Ball received by Hallgrimson, into the net though. Good adjustment by Lemnis, back to Berntson. Here goes Straub, blocked. Manuel back to Giak somehow, but they couldn't keep it going from there. And it's a 1-point lead for Valley City. That's huge for the Highliners. They needed to win some early points.
Yeah, Jed, it'll be crucial to see if Valley City can string together some more points here.
So, Lemnis' next serve, taken by Manuel. Meyer lets go, a big shot, and ties it up. 1-1 now.
How about that response from Grace Meyer? She does not want to go down in this game, this crucial 2-pointer. And now the Deacons are back on serve with their very consistent server. Payne back to serve this one.
Payne serving for Shanley. Here's the set from Lemnis, right at the net. Neski has it sent right back by Lander Fredericks.
Another great block from Lander Fredericks. We've seen it plenty of times tonight. She gets a perfectly timed one here as now the Deacons find themselves with a lead.
Payne sends this one deep. Lemnis sets it up. A little tap from Olstad. Huge play from Olstad. Great adjustment, and not like what we've seen from her previously, usually going for the power shot. That time she just taps it over.
Yeah, Olstad really shows her wide range of abilities.
So Olstad serving now here. Again, another one of her abilities as Fredericks makes another big play with just a little tap there. That play working for both teams now. Neck and neck here to start off set number 5. Again, this is 2-15 points. Straub serve taken by Shear. Lemnis sets it up. Hallgrimson lets it go to tie it up once more. It was tipped at the net, but powered through for the kill.
Well, Jed, we're already seeing it here. This one is going to be a nail biter. It's going to be toe-to-toe. Both teams do not want to let this one go. It's been back and forth, back and forth. Let's see if any team can take an advantage here.
Here's the set from Straub. Fredericks going for yet another kill. Won't get it that time. Sent back to Berntson. Giak will play it forward now to Straub. Straub across to Meyer. Meyer lets one go, blocked at the line. Hallgrimson sends it back, and it's played right back to Hallgrimson. Straub over to Heinrich, now to Meyer. Meyer going deep with this one, and too strong, out of bounds.
Yeah, Jed, that one just gets away from Grace Meyer here, and now the Highliners find themselves with the serve up 1.
So Neski will continue serving now. Giak receives. Straub now to Fredericks, and Lander Fredericks once again. The 5th set right now belonging to Fredericks here for Shanley. Huber will come in now for Shanley as Meyer is back to serve. Meyer's ball taken by Shear. Put up high in the air by Lemnis and then sent over by Hallgrimson, but a violation for a lift against Shanley, and that makes it 5-4 Highliners.
Once again, Jed, this game just going back and forth. It'll be interesting to see if this serve has a big impact on this game, getting up towards that 15-point mark now.
Yeah, if Bernston can perhaps put a run together. Giak receives. Straub sets over to Huber. Huber's ball taken by Hallgrimson. Now Burnson will send it back to Hallgrimson. Tipped and it falls for a Highliner point. Up 6-4. And Coach Johnson taking the timeout right away. That 2-point margin, about the biggest we've had so far. And he's not comfortable with it. He wants to stop that run before it gets started for Valley City.
Wow, have we seen the big players from both teams really step up in this set already, Jed? We've seen Hallgrimson and Olstad with some big plays for this Valley City team. And on the Deacon side, Fredericks is certainly giving her relatives in Manitoba a show tonight, Jed. We've seen some great plays from her. She's keeping her team in this set so far, and we just got to see if these other Deacon players can gather around her and really make this advance and try to conquer this lead that has been towards Valley City.
Yeah, well said, Emmett. So you do get 2 timeouts in this 5th set. That does not change despite the shorter duration. So Shanley does still have one in their back pocket there. And here we go, coming out of the timeout. That serve from Bernston, taken by Heinrich, set now to Fredericks. Another little tap over. It's sent back by Dieterle. Fredericks puts it up. And Deacons wanting a call there. They won't get it, but the ball does end up out of bounds. So another point for Shanley there. Great job coming out of the timeout, closing the gap down to 1.
That one just doesn't work out there for Grace Shirley. Just goes wide of the line there, and now we have Kleiman back to serve for the Deacons with some momentum here.
Deep serve from Kleiman. Here's the set from Burnson. Hallgrimson lets it go. Payne, great job making an adjustment. Straub sends it back to Payne, tipped at the line. Shear tracks it down. Burnson will now set it up for Dieterle. Power shot taken by Giak, lost in traffic. Straub got there. Payne sends it over. Burnson tracks it down. Here's the set now. Back to Dieterle, who sends it over. Payne across to Straub. Deflects off the net, but it's a Valley City point. And I think they're saying she went over the top there. And yeah, I'm not so sure. There's going to be a conference here between the referees. Both teams will huddle up in the meantime. We'll see what they say. We have a little lull in the action, so I want to give another shout out here to Shanley teacher Mrs. Brock and her son Ryan tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Some faithful viewers there tuning in. It's a 7-5 lead here for Valley City, though. As it stands right now, we'll see, though, what they decide about this call.
Yeah, Jed, I'm not sure we could have a this controversial point here at a more crucial time in this game.
Right.
It'll be very interesting to see where this goes with this call.
When
Whether it'll be a point for Valley City or a replay or.
Right, and when it's so close in such a, it's a close call in a very vital spot, often they'll err on the side of the replay. But if one of these referees is really confident about the call, they will go with it. They're not just going to replay it to avoid conflict, but they do go with the replay here, and that does make the Shanley crowd happy. It does not make the Valley City crowd happy, on the other hand.
The Bluebirds are coming out here for the Highliners.
And that, that will happen, and we've seen both crowds, react certain ways to both calls. That's the name of sports. So it's tough in a situation like this. And Valley City pleading their case here. And that's understandable. It was a very close call. But we will get the replay here. So 6-5. And Kleiman will go back to serve. And no, I'm sorry, we're going to have continued discussion. I thought we were breaking there, but they are still going to talk this one out. And, you want to be thorough here. You got to make sure you do your, due diligence, make sure you get the right call. But to a degree, I think at a certain point, both these teams just want to play. And that Valley City crowd getting loud. They traveled well here tonight. And boy, Emmett, we really could not have asked for a better game here tonight.
How entertaining has this been, Jed? We've seen everything tonight, and for such a crucial game, a 2-pointer, that means so much in the EDC. It'll be interesting to see how this comes out, and I believe.
Okay, we have no indication yet, which would lead me to believe they're sticking with the replay. Coach Johnson is getting an explanation first, though.
I don't know, Jed. I feel like they may be reversing the call here
Yeah.
because it looks like Coach Johnson is not too pleased.
Well, and the fact that they went over to him first.
Yeah, instead of the Valley City.
Right,
coach.
so that it's tough to say. So we're waiting for the call here. I haven't seen anything official is the thing, and now they're still going to go back and talk it through, I think. And I mean, to a degree, I don't know how much you can talk this through because the only evidence they've got to work with is what they saw. You know, it's not like you can review anything here. And again, at a certain point, I think both these teams would just like to play.
And we will have a replay. Gotta wonder what the extra discussion was about there, Jed.
Yeah, I am not sure, Emmett. But, well, here we go. The replay is the call. Kleiman is back to serve. It's 6-5 now. Deacons have a chance to tie it up. So, coming out of the long break, here is Kleiman. Holgrimson plays it from a bad spot. Dieterle sends it over. Kleiman will track it down. Straub going to set it up now for Payne. Payne's ball taken by Olstad. Bernson sends it into Holgrimson, pushing it deep into the corner. Kleiman off the fingertips. Gioch saves it, though, and Payne gets it over. But we have a whistle, and it's Valley City point for a double hit.
A crucial call here in this game, Jed. I'm not sure what that was. I believe a double hit against Payne. And how unfortunate is that for the Deacons?
A little bit ironic that we spent all that time talking about a violation only to have that replay end in a violation. But nonetheless, here we go, 7-5. Deacons trying to get a point back here. Huber with a great play. Highliners having trouble with it, but they do get it over. Dieterle got it there. Gioch receives. Straub sets it up for Payne, who lets one go, but it's kept alive by Bernson. Shear over to Olstad. Kleiman makes the play. Straub putting it in the center for Payne. Payne attacking the back row. Great play made by Bernson. Kleiman now up to Straub. Straub sets for McAllister, who gets the kill.
The freshman.
Bang! 7-6. Big time play made.
The freshman Paige McAllister. Possibly the most important kill of her season.
I mean, yeah, man, I don't know how much more to say about that. McAllister's been a good player this year, but I've seen nothing like that from her. Big time play and a big time answer for the Highliners. Dieterle just sneaks it in there, and these two teams are trading blows like absolute heavyweights right now.
How much more exciting could this one get?
Both teams refusing to go down here. It's an 8-6 lead for Valley City. Shear lets it go. It tips the net. Great play made by Manuel. Straub over to Payne. Just inside. Payne with a laser into the back row.
Riley Payne once again making a huge play for her team. And the momentum just continues to swing.
Gioch back to serve now. This one played up to Bernson. Olstad hammers one, blocked at the net, sent back over. Kept alive though. What a play from Bernson. Kleiman able to keep it up for Shanley, but Olstad gets the kill for Valley City. We're back to the 2-point margin after a beauty of a shot from Olstad.
Oh my goodness, another change of momentum here. Valley City back on the serve with a 2-point lead now.
And they just can't escape this 2-point lead. It keeps going from 1 back to 2 as Payne lets one go. Nice dig there for Holgrimson. Olstad hammers it, and that makes it a 3-point lead, 10-7, and Coach Johnson burns the timeout. His last one of the night. And boy, Shanley now only down 3. It doesn't seem like a lot, but Valley City 5 points away from winning this 5th set. Emmett, the Deacons have been leaving it all out there, but Valley City just has an answer, it seems, for everything. This timeout going to be absolutely crucial for the Deacons to try and figure out a response here with limited time remaining.
Yeah, Jed, for every amazing play the Deacons have been able to come up with, Valley City has had the sound answer. They've been able to come back in almost every facet of play here in this 5th set. And you got to wonder if they're going to be able to close this out here, if we're going to see some more inspired play from the Deacons.
And right before we get back to it, want to give a shout out to Cooper Mattern, who is tuning in. Cooper, a current Shanley student, thank you for watching. As now we're back to the action. Here's the serve from Bernson. Manuel up to Straub. Meyer lets it go. Did she find the corner?
And
yes, she did! Grace Meyer, how about that coming out of the timeout?
We have seen so many crucial plays here, Jed. And that time it's the leader, Grace Meyer, able to come up with that one. And here we have Payne back to serve.
Yeah, Payne back serving now for Shanley, putting it a little shorter that time. Hallgrimson there. Ball sent across over to Olstad. Olstad continuing an amazing night. Shots like that have been giving the Deacons problems all evening long.
Jed, this whole fifth set has been a highlight reel. That's the only way I can describe it.
No kidding.
So much action.
Every play better than the next. Heinrich receives, Straub will set up. Fredericks lets one go, blocked at the net though. Hallgrimson gets it back there off the set from Lemnis. The Deacons able to keep it over though. Heinrich now to Straub, back to Meyer looking for another, and she gets it! So Straub back to serve. The Deacons trail by 2. Valley City 4 points away from taking this fifth set. Here is Straub, just gets it over. Hallgrimson there with an excellent dig though. Fredericks over to Straub, back to Meyer. Her ball blocked, but it falls out of bounds, and now the Deacons are within 1. And Valley City forced to take a timeout here. And Emmett, how about that response from Shanley, using the timeout exactly how they needed to, just 1 point away from knotting this one up.
Yeah, more of the same, Jed, just back and forth as always here. Deacons came out very strong after that last break, and now let's see if the Highlanders are going to be able to do the same.
Yeah, man, I mean, you know, we've seen Valley City use these timeouts really well. They weren't able to really get anything going out of them in that last set, but other than that, you know, they used them to make some really nice adjustments. Coach Cruff making some good observations. And to a degree, though, it's a good thing for Shanley, too, though. I mean, they are still down 1. They will use this timeout to keep game planning. The one thing, you know, the big thing about the timeout is it does interrupt the momentum, so let's see if Shanley can carry it through the break. It also does ice the server a little bit, so let's see if Straub can handle the pressure, and she does easily as Shear receives. Here's the set from Lemnis, tipped forward by Hallgrimson. Straub now over to Meyer. Meyer lets it go into the back corner, a whistle though, and it's a lift against Meyer and the Deacons. And that will be a Valley City point now. They're up 12-10. Massive point there coming out of the timeout, just 3 away. Back to serve now, it is Neski. Ball from Neski taken by Heinrich. Straub will set it up. Now Fredericks taps it over. Great play made though by Berntsen. Neski now to Hallgrimson. Giak gets underneath it. Straub sets it up now for Meyer. She lets one go, tipped at the line. Lemnis was there and it's sent back by Macy over and to Giak. Here is Straub to Fredericks, who gets the kill with the little tap onto the far side.
How about that little flick there from Fredericks? What a great play, able to find the gap, puts it right down next to the line.
So it is Meyer back to serve. Deacons down 1. Ball from Grace Meyer taken by Shear. Lemnis puts it up. Olstad and Shear, neither one wanted it. Shear took it. Straub sets it up for Fredericks, who hammers one that falls over and out of bounds. It's a tie game, 12 apiece.
More of the same from Lander Fredericks. She's been so amazing in this fifth set, really taking control of this game.
We are tied up for the first time in a while as Meyer continues to serve. Olstad there to take it. Here's a set from Lemnis to Hallgrimson, and Valley City is back on top just like that.
Hallgrimson once again making a crucial play. She's done that all night, and now the Highlanders only have a couple points to go. This is a crucial point.
Berntsen is back serving now. Low ball from Berntsen. Giak got there. Straub will set up now for Huber. Huber pushes along the far side. Misplayed a bit. Shear does a nice job getting to it. Dieterle sends it over. Giak has it. Now here's Straub setting for Fredericks, who lowers the hammer. Fredericks tied it up. 13-all.
Once again, Lander Fredericks with an amazing play. I've got to say, I'm surprised she's subbing out here, but a really inspired performance here tonight.
Yeah, Fredericks, unfortunately, I think she was just forced out by the rotation. So Kleiman is in to serve for Shanley, all knotted up. Both teams 2 points away. Olstad going to put this one up for Hallgrimson. Kleiman is there for Shanley. Here is Straub over to Payne. She lets it go into the back corner. It's in! The Deacons are 1 point away! And Valley City takes a timeout. Nemeth, I can't hardly stand it. The pressure in here is incredible. The tension could be cut with a knife. What an incredible comeback here in the 5th set, though, for Shanley.
How about that from Riley Payne? Another great play, just placing that one in the corner, able to win a severely crucial point here. And now it's just a matter of fact if the Deacons are able to capitalize on it.
Absolutely, Emmett. And how about the pressure here with the timeout? It will be Kleiman serving, I believe. And that timeout's really got to make you think about it. You know, it's like icing a kicker in football. You got to try to just put it out of your mind. So here we go, coming out of the timeout. Game point, match point. Shanley can win it right here. Here is Kleiman. Letting it go, taken by Hallgrimson, misplayed a bit. Olstad gets it back into play though. Now Burnson sends it over. Gioch receives. Stroup to Payne, putting it down. Yes! The Deacons complete the comeback win! Oh man! What a game! What a night! Emmett, how about it? Shanley, they looked out of it for a little bit here in this 5th set, but what a comeback. What a 5th set for Payne there, too, getting the winning points. Whew, I'm out of breath.
Incredible play there from the Deacons. This is a very crucial win for them now. This 2-pointer moves them very high up in the EDC. They couldn't have asked for a better performance and a better time.
Absolutely, Emmett. They are now just a half game back of West Fargo Cheyenne, who's in second. Then, of course, Fargo Davies alone in first with no EDC losses. But, man, how about that? What a game here. Valley City and Shanley keeping it tight all the way. Got to tip the cap to Valley City. I mean, they pushed Shanley to the absolute brink. Great performance from both sides, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely back-to-back. Both teams played at such a high level at many times. There were some inconsistent stretches, but when it came down to it in the 5th set, both teams were really playing at their finest, just toe-to-toe. It was great to watch.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Emmett. Don't forget, we will have one more volleyball game for you next week on Tuesday. That'll be senior night, last broadcast of the year, last home game for Shanley on Tuesday, so be sure to tune in for that. Emmett, before we go, I want to thank you for stepping in on short notice here, doing your first volleyball game. You picked a great game to come in for.
That's very true. Thank you.
All right, and we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, don't forget, Tuesday, going to be a great game as well. For tonight, though, for Emmett Kenny and for our entire crew, I'm Jed Thomas. Your final score from Fargo, Shanley Deacons 3, Valley City Highliners 2. To watch the archive version of this entire game and our other broadcasts, go to ShanleyTV.com. The proceeding has been a presentation of Shanley TV.